All right. So again, welcome everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is where you are. And if you're listening to this at a later time, a recorded version of this, we welcome you and we're glad that you've taken the time to get involved. I'm Jackie Elmer. I am broadcasting this from my mountain home in Lake Arrowhead, California, where it's an absolutely beautiful summer day. And have enjoyed sitting out on the deck today getting this presentation ready for all of you. And I'm looking forward to sharing this information and then getting your questions answered and really giving you a good overview of PureLeverage, what it is, how it works, how you get started, and some of the different things that are associated with it. So let me advance the slides here and talk a little bit about what we are going to be covering, because it's important that you know what that's going to be. So what we'll be covering tonight is getting started, as I mentioned, how it works, how you work it, which of course, I think I hit the wrong button. Bear with me here. Go back in here. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. All right, so this is what we'll be covering. We're going to talk about how it works, how you work it, which is even more important, how to share it with others and make money with it. We'll talk a little bit about the blog, which just launched, and if you're listening to this later, that won't mean anything to you because it's live and well, and we're going forward with it. I'll give you just some basic screenshots to kind of help you get in there, get familiar with it. We'll talk about the 90-day blogging challenge that we're putting out there, and then we'll talk about the Simple Money system, which is a system for our team that Joel Peterson put together. And some of us helped with it with creating videos and testimonials and that type thing, just to really give us a great marketing funnel for this. And then we will definitely cover any questions that you have. So before we get into that, though, I'd like to just share a little bit of my story. Gosh, I've been involved in home-based business for almost 20 years. I was one of those people who, actually one of the few probably, I actually had a job that I loved. I worked in the airline industry. I was in sales and marketing, and I always say I partied for a living. I flew around the world, wining and dining corporate travelers, big corporate accounts, travel agents, and trying to convince them to, move most of their travel dollars over to our airline. And it was a lot of fun. It really truly was. It was a great gig, as I always say. But it was kind of one of those things where I married an airline pilot, and when we decided to stay home and start a family, who was going to stay on the ground with the kids? Well, of course, I knew that was going to be me, but I have always had an interest in business and always wanted, I'm just a dabbler, I just always wanted to be doing something. And as much as I love being a mom, that's my family there. My children are grown now. My son was 18 months when I found something and started working from home, and he'll be 21 here in about a month or 2 months, I guess. So that gives you an idea of the journey that we've been on. But as much as I love being a mom and have loved every minute of that, I've just always wanted something else that I could do. And, back 20 years ago, the internet didn't exist, at least not in my realm. So I was actually one of those that was going to the library looking for things that I could do from home. And everything pretty much kept pointing me back to this thing called network marketing. And many of you may be involved in network marketing now, maybe not. Maybe you're internet marketers, maybe affiliate marketers. Maybe you're really not sure what you're involved in or why you're here. You're just checking things out. But I got involved in traditional network marketing after being a huge skeptic, had a really hard time with that, had a hard time talking to my warm market, sharing with people what I was doing. I was, worried what they would think about me and that type thing. And I'm still very actively today involved in network marketing. I have a primary company along with PureLeverage that I work, and I know some of you do as well. But really, for me, the internet truly changed everything in my network marketing business. I had been involved in network marketing for about 6 years when I discovered the internet back in October of 1999. Went to an internet marketing seminar. What I knew is I kept seeing .com everywhere. Maybe you can remember back then, or maybe that you're young enough that the internet's always been a part of your life. But all of a sudden I started seeing .com everywhere, and it was kind of one of those things where I thought, wow, this is, this really seems interesting. I need to find out more about this. The company that I was with at the time was launching personal websites, and I needed to know what to do with them. I had no clue. I just didn't know what it was. Well, long story short, I started listening to all the facts and figures and statistics that were associated with the internet, and I knew, like I know the sun's going to come up tomorrow, that I was onto something really big. I knew that the internet was going to be the thing that changed my business. Now, I had a successful business, but I wasn't making gangster income, as I like to call it, or anything like that. I was still struggling. I had exhausted my warm market, trying to find people to talk to. I was tired of going back to my warm market, tired of running around going to networking events and those type things. And I'll be the first to tell you that all of those work. They definitely do. So I don't ever want to downplay any of those as a method for working your business. And I'm going to actually even talk about a couple of those here tonight in terms of sharing PureLeverage and generating an income with PureLeverage as well, if that's something that interests you. But I just was tired of doing all that with small children and an airline pilot husband who was still gone 3, maybe 4 days a week. I just was tired of, the whole babysitting shuffle and that type thing. So when I found the internet, I just knew I was onto something. Well, nearly 14 years later now, it'll be 14 years in October, it truly did change my life. It changed my business. Today I've sponsored over 15, it's probably closer to 1,600 people now who've come to me personally, who found me on the internet primarily through my blog and my website and the content that I create, and have come to me and said, I'm interested in the business, I like the way you do business, I'm interested in partnering with you in this, or whatever it is. So again, the internet truly changed everything, but the biggest struggle that I've had in all this time is duplicating that process with another person. Now, I know the struggle that I went through to, get things set up, to get my blog set up. Originally, it was a website. It wasn't called a blog. I know what it was like. I know the time that I invested in it. And I remember thinking, gosh, if everybody has to take the time to do this to get themselves out on the internet, none of us will ever make any money, because it just takes so long. So literally for about 13 years, I've been looking for the perfect system that would come along where I could take somebody, put them into it, and help them duplicate what I do, because what I do online is not rocket science. I literally create articles, I create videos, and I put them out there on my blog. I share them, I market them out on social media. I work on a little bit of search engine optimization. I'm not a master at that by any means. But, those are the things that I do and have done, and it's paid off tremendously for me. Like I say, nearly 1,600 people now I've sponsored, again, all who've come to me. I had made the decision I wanted to be the hunted and not the hunter. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't talk to people when they ask me what I do. I love that question. I certainly do. We're going to talk about a little bit of that tonight. But that's just a little bit of my story of my, online and home business building, and what brought me to PureLeverage, and why I'm so excited about it, and the opportunity that it offers anyone, regardless of what your business is. If you have a primary business already, it offers you the ability to market that. And if you are interested in marketing just PureLeverage or PureLeverage as an add-on, and I will tell you, it's a very lucrative income stream without a doubt. It's something that can definitely, something you definitely want to consider. So what is PureLeverage and how does it work? And this is a picture of our blog, which just launched. This is a picture of mine. It's pureleverage.com/Jackie Ulmer if you want to go and check it out. But this is basically it. So what PureLeverage is, more than anything, PureLeverage provides you the tools that everyone who's going to have an online business needs. Okay, everybody needs tools if they're going to have an online business. They need the blog, which I always call the hub of the universe. That's where it all starts. That's where you drive traffic back to. So you need that. You need autoresponders and lead capture. You need the ability to capture people's information so that you begin building a list, which if you've explored getting a business out on the internet, you know what I'm talking about. So it gives you that. It gives you a web conferencing room, just like we have right here that we're doing this recording in. And then it gives you video email, which I will tell you I think is absolutely fabulous, and I've hardly used it. I started off using it and it did really well for me, and I just, it's on my goal sheet to start to get active with again and start using again. So, we've just got truly all the tools that you need in one place for one low price, which is $25 a month, $25 US a month basically. And I will tell you that's unheard of for basically your web hosting, your blog, your lead capture, your autoresponders, a web conferencing room, and video email, all for $25. You can't beat that. And for me, the blog was the biggest piece of it, and having it already basically pre-configured to where a person didn't have to go in and upload WordPress and figure out what widgets are and plugins and what kind of theme they need to use and all that different type stuff, to where they could truly have kind of a plug, press and play, and have that blog up there. So that's a little bit about what PureLeverage is. It's the tools that you need to market anything online. So if you already have a primary network marketing company, you have a party plan company, you market affiliate products, maybe you market some of your own products, you do the PureLeverage blog and system, you can market those out there as well. And you can also market PureLeverage, which, as I mentioned, has a very lucrative income source. And you'll want to get back with the person who invited you and make sure you go through the videos and watch it and learn a little bit more about that. Now, let's talk about how you work it, because that's really the important part of it. It's great to have these tools out here, this tool suite, and all the opportunity that goes along with it. But if you don't actually get out there and work it, then you're not going to tap into that lucrative income stream, and possibly not even tap into the income stream that you want to promote with another business that you may be marketing. Well, basically, what I have done online for nearly 14 years is blog, which is creating content, written or video marketing. From there, it goes to lead capture. People come to it, they become interested, they put their name and email address into an inbox, which all of you can relate to, because you wouldn't be here tonight or today or this morning or wherever it is where you are, or whoever's listening in at whatever time, you wouldn't be here if you hadn't done those activities. So you know what I'm talking about with the lead capture. And then from there, we build that list, we market to that list, and then we partner with those people when they're ready who want to partner with us. So it's really called the 4 C's of marketing. Okay, 4 C's. So if you're taking any notes, go ahead and write this down. The first one is create content. That's what gets it out there to be found. A lot of times people have a disconnect with, how does this work? I have this blog. What does this do to bring people back to me? Well, what I've always done is create mostly generic content about my business building journey, things that I've learned about contacting my warm market, things that I've learned about online marketing, things that happened at my company convention, how to talk to people, how to follow up better, just all those type things. I've learned to share generic content out there that almost really every business builder out there can use, and hopefully it will educate them, it will inspire them, it will inform them, whatever, and maybe in some cases even entertain them, so that they get the information that they need to make a decision about their business, about doing business with me, or whatever it is. Even if it's just a training tip that I give out there that helps them in their business, sometimes people are going to connect with you but never partner with you in a business. But over time, many of them ultimately will partner with you in a business. And it's kind of funny, as I look down at our guests in the room, I know a number of you, we were in different businesses at one point. Now we're working together through, a variety of different things and that type thing. So that's kind of how it works over time. Some people are going to find your information. They're going to fall in love with you, fall in love with what you're doing, and get started right away. Some are going to take some time. So as we create that content and we put it out there, we bring people back to our blog to read about it, to read about us, to explore, and that's where we capture, which is the second C, capture. So the first one is create content. Second one is capture, and that is where we capture them as a lead of some sort, and they get on our email list. From there, the third C is connect. We want to connect with them. We want to build that relationship. I always say that marketing on the internet is really about creating new warm market. So if I went to a cocktail party and I ran into you and I had never met you before, we would strike up a conversation. I would get to know you, you would get to know me, and we would potentially become friends, maybe go have coffee, maybe I invited you to my party when I had one, and we would build that connection and get to know each other. That's creating new warm market. We all do it every day when we're out and about. We go to, holiday parties and meet new people. If we go to networking events, we're creating new warm market all the time when we meet people. I just want you to get your brain wrapped around the fact that that's the exact same thing that we do online. So you don't want to look at everybody who you interact with online as a stranger. They're really not. They're just new warm market. They're new warm market that you can build a relationship, and over time, it might be right for them to want to do business with you. And so after that connection comes the 4C, which is converting them into a buyer, a customer, a team partner, whatever it is. So that's a little bit about how that works. So how do you work it then? How do you work PureLeverage? Well, really, you're going to just share it with others, online and offline, through a variety of different ways. You can kind of start with, you know, oops, I don't know, I have with others in there twice. Sorry about that. Need to work on my slides. Again, you know, I always love it. You don't have to be a total professional. You don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going, is what they say. So you think about, who is it that you know? Now, one of the best things for me, honestly, once I took my business to the internet, I never had any hesitation again about talking to people about what I do. And the biggest reason for that is because it was so easy for me to say, when somebody said, well, what do you do? I could just say, well, I'm an internet marketer. I, you know, build my business through blogging, and I teach others how to do the same thing, and I make an income that way. And then I just shut my mouth. And it almost always creates more questions. It creates an interest, and that's all you're looking for. You're not looking to sign somebody up in that very first conversation. You're looking to create curiosity, create some interest. So I don't ever have a problem reaching out to people and saying, hey, you know, have you ever thought about or researched making money online? Especially if you, so, you know, starting with people who you know, I always think that it's so easy just to reach out and say, hey, have you ever thought about making money online? Have you ever researched it or anything like that? That's all you say, and then they'll either say no, and then you drop it. If there's no pulse or whatever, you drop it. But if they say, yeah, actually I have, then you can ask more questions. Really? Well, tell me about it. What did you find out there? Have you done anything? You know, what can you tell me about that? Because I'm starting with the new program, and I'm really excited about it, and I definitely see the potential there. So I'm just curious what other people have found while they're out there. And then you can always use the if I, would you. See, I'm really big on that. I never give people information about my business until they give me permission to, and I do that by asking. So you know, people are scared to death so often of talking to their warm market, but when you think about it, everybody who goes online has a warm market somewhere. Every single person who goes online has a warm market somewhere, and chances are that person, someone who they know, has a business that might be right for them. So you always want to uncover those stones if at all possible. You know, let people know what it is that you're doing. Let them know that you're involved in something. You don't have to cram it down their throat. You don't have to say a whole lot about it. You just want to create curiosity. And now with Simple Money System, which is our team system to, you know, to move people into the funnel of PureLeverage, it's very simple, and we'll get to that here in just a minute. So you start with, who do you know? Who do you know that you can reach out to? Now, a quick phone call, if you run into someone, or even an email can work too. But what I really want to warn you about is mass email blasts and saying anything about what you're doing before you get permission. And the same thing goes for social media. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about that. And then, no, actually, I'll go ahead and talk about social media, daily marketing, and what's on here. And then I'll talk about the language that you use to introduce what you're doing to people, because it makes all the difference in the world whether or not they feel like you're pushy, or you feel like you're pushy, or you feel like you're a telemarketer. What you say to people, how you say it, how you introduce it, and the way you create curiosity makes a huge difference. So social media is another great place. We all have connections on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, wherever it is that you're out there in social media, but focusing on the big three, as I call them, which would be Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. The other ones are a little more specialized. But you have people out there. So sharing your content that you put on your blog, as long as it's not a blatant advertisement for your business, sharing the content that you put out there on your blog is a great way to do it. Now, I just created a blog post. I think it was yesterday's blog post, because I'm taking the 90-day challenge, and I started on Saturday. Yesterday's blog post on my PureLeverage blog was about multiple streams of income. Is it possible to create multiple streams of income? Yes, it is online. I go into that. I go into kind of what's needed, the mindset, different things like that. And then at the very bottom, I say, if you found something that you're working with, that's fantastic, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But if you're still looking and you're curious about multiple streams of income, I'd love to share with you what I'm doing to create that. And then boom, I have my Simple Money System link right in there. They can click that. It'll take them right into the lead capture page, and now it's their idea. Now, my whole article was not about PureLeverage or my primary company or anything like that, but it was purely about creating multiple streams of income and planting that seed for someone that it can be done. And then giving just a little simple call to action. If you're exploring this, if you're interested, click here to find out more. Okay, so the more that you can do to create curiosity, the better, because curiosity killed the cat. So that's how you want to do it in social media. So on whether it's the content you're creating. Now, I very seldom post a very blatant piece of content out on my Facebook page that basically says, this is something that I'm doing in my business. Let me know if you want to know more. But I did yesterday, and I ended up with, I don't know, I ended up with, I think, 15 private messages so far in my inbox, 2 of which came in this morning and already signed up as customers and resellers, just so you know. And yesterday I created some as well. And all I did was put a very simple post, but it was a curiosity post. I think I said out there, hey, we're beta testing a new online business marketing system. Kind of excited about it. Private message me if you'd like to know more. Now, the power in that, and it's the same if you're doing an email blast or anything that you're doing, or even if you're talking to someone, the power in doing it that way is that when somebody comes back to you and says, yes, I'm interested, now you truly have a prospect and a lead who you can follow up with. Now, if I would have posted that out to all 5,000 friends and they went over and took a look at it, you know, I wouldn't have had that same ability to follow up with the ones or check to see who actually opted in to learn more or that type thing. So you always want to create curiosity in any way that you're sharing any business that you're doing. This is not just PureLeverage, any business that you're doing. And it's kind of funny because yesterday, at the same time that I'm sharing this and asking people to private message me, someone who I barely know, Facebook sent me a private message through Facebook with literally a paragraph this long, you can see it on the camera, this long, of this new opportunity, why she was so excited about it, blah, 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 blah. I mean, you've probably heard about throwing up on people when you say too much. I mean, I had to laugh because, A, she doesn't even know me that well. B, she was kind of dissing network marketing, which I will never do because I'm a huge fan of network marketing. It's created an entire lifestyle for me and my family. And, you know, as much as there are things about it that grind me, I am in love with it. So that was kind of a bad approach. But it was just kind of interesting the way she went about that. And sometimes in our excitement and our enthusiasm, we have the tendency to do that. But less is truly more. And then anybody who wrote me back, all I did, and some of you are on this call tonight because of that, all I did was give the link. I didn't go into any explanation as to what it was. I may have said 1 or 2 words if you said something about it, or does it help with this? You know, some people who are in my primary company wanted to know if it would help with that, and I kind of gave a little explanation of that and then just the link, because that's what you want to do. The key in really having success online or offline is letting the tools really do the work for you. So that's a big part of it. So less is more. That's what the whole capture system is about, is creating that curiosity and you not saying very much to where it provokes them to opt in to learn more. And that's, you know, where your true power is. Then you've captured them as a lead. Now that doesn't mean that they're going to immediately be interested or sign up, but now you truly have a lead that, you know, who you can follow up with. So that's a little bit about who do you know. Same thing, if you send an email to somebody or you make a phone call, before you start saying anything other than maybe 1 or 2 sentences about what you're doing, you create the curiosity by saying, if I sent a link to you, would you take a few minutes to watch a video that explains what I'm doing? I know you may not be open to it. You may know some people who are, and I'd love to get your feedback. And with the internet, it's great because it's like, you know, have you heard of marketing funnels? Have you heard of any of that type thing? I'm working with a new system in that way, and, you know, we'd kind of like to get your feedback on it. And people are still really super intrigued with the internet and really super intrigued with figuring out a way to earn an income through it. And that could be a reason why you're here. I know it's a reason why a lot of people are here. It's certainly what drew me to the internet, is I thought, man, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way to leverage my time, and it definitely has. Daily marketing is another great way that you share PureLeverage with others. Daily marketing could be while you're out and about. It kind of goes along with networking online and offline. But what I've always liked to do is each day on Facebook, I will randomly pick out, you know, 2 or 3 people, and just strike up a conversation with them. Just have a little chat. Hey, how are you today? How are things going? How's your business? Before I do that, I actually go in and look at their profile. It takes a little bit of time, but you know what? Building a successful business does take time, and it takes truly being interested in people. But I will just simply, log into Facebook and have a look at what they do. Oh, do they have a business? Oh, great. I can start a conversation, and hopefully at some point they'll turn it back to me. How's business going with you? Oh, it's great. I've been beta testing this new online marketing system, so that's been taking a lot of my time, but it's been going great, and I'm really enjoying it. Again, you don't throw up on them, but you can learn how to create curiosity in what you say and the way that you say it. And if people don't bite, then that's fine. You just let it go. Not everybody's going to. None of us have 100%, okay? Even with my people who private messaged me, all of them haven't opted in yet. Almost all of them have, but not all of them, and that's okay. You're not gonna hit every ball out of the park, and that's okay. But it's just getting out there, and it's becoming comfortable. And if you will just develop some, what I like to call basic success language that gets them involved, creates curiosity, you'll find that this is a very simple system to share with people no matter what business they're working. So if you know of anyone who's in a different company than you, working a network marketing business, working party plan, working affiliate marketing, or whatever, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I've started working with a new marketing system, a blogging system that I think might help you promote your XYZ company. If I sent you a link to learn more, would you take some time to watch a video? You're not looking to distract them from what they're doing. You're looking to help them, especially if you know people who've been struggling to figure out the internet piece of it. And, more and more people these days are doing that. So, that's just a little bit about it. And then, of course, if you're out and about, develop that little tiny elevator speech that you say to people when they say, what do you do? Well, if you're a teacher during the day, don't say, well, I'm a teacher. You want to promote your business. That's your perfect opportunity to promote your business. Or you can say something like, well, I'm a teacher by day, but my real passion is my online business that I'm developing. I'm an internet marketer, and I basically create an income through blogging and teaching other people how to do the same thing. And then that's it. And you wait till they say, wow, that sounds really interesting, or whatever. And again, if they don't, that's okay. You don't keep hammering them with information. You just, go on about it. And if they ask questions, less is more. Again, avoid the temptation to say too much. What I say is, well, I could sit here and try and explain it, but you know how technology is in the internet. It can seem really confusing. What I'd really rather do is just send you a link, and you can take a look at it. You can watch a short video and learn more. Now, if I have my cell phone, I'll say, what's your cell phone number? I'll text it to you. And this works great because then you have their number and you have the ability to follow up. Okay, so keep that in mind too. A lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, sure. Some people will say no, and then you can write it down, but you just roll with it. You have an expectation that they're going to give it to you. If they don't, you have a plan B for it. You have a backup plan. Either you have a business card that has it on it, or you grab a piece of paper and you jot down the link and you kind of go from there. So, that's really that part in a nutshell. So hopefully, that gives you some ideas. And again, I really want to stress no random spam. I see so many people out on Facebook just, blatantly posting and constantly posting about their opportunity and not doing it in a way that creates curiosity. And I always wonder how that's going for them. Most of the time, I think it's not going so well. Occasionally, you'll get someone who bites, but a lot of times people are watching that and they're thinking to themselves, ooh, if I get involved in something, I'm going to have to do that too. And maybe they don't want to be out there posting on their Facebook wall about their opportunity or different things like that. So you want to, have some class about the way that you do it, and you'll capture a lot more people with curiosity than you ever will blatantly putting your pitch out there. So hopefully that covers that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to go through an overview of the blog, because to me that's the central core part of what we have. That's how I've gotten myself out there and made a presence. I mean, unlike Coca-Cola or Starbucks or other companies who are out there with a website, you are your biggest product. You are marketing yourself. You are your biggest product, and you're marketing the potential of people wanting to partner with you in a business, and that's where the blog becomes so important. So if you're already signed up in PureLeverage, you can log into your back office. You can click on Post to Blog, and you'll know if your blog is activated. Depending on when you're watching this, all of them should be activated this week. So for most people who watch this presentation later, you're going to log right in and your blog's going to be activated. But you click Post to Blog, and if it's open, if it's ready, it'll open up a new window. It'll take you right in there, and you get started. So I have a couple screenshots. And again, I want to stress I'm not a technical person, so I put together a little bit of information that you can take some notes on so that you can kind of begin to get familiar, and you can go back and watch this too. But we will have other tutorials. I know Terry Anglin does a beautiful job. He's working on tutorials now, but I just kind of wanted to give you a brief overview so that you could see it's not too scary. It's something that you can do. So you just log into your PureLeverage back office, and you'll see that red arrow right there that says Post to your blog. You're going to click on that, and assuming that your blog is ready, boom, it's going to open up, and I believe it's going to take you to the main dashboard. Now, it may automatically take you into simple mode, but I'm going to show you both. So if when you log in, it doesn't look just like this. Mine may have been defaulted to my main dashboard because I had been in there on the main dashboard. But if it comes up on a main dashboard that looks like this, you'll see that red arrow that stretches up to the top right, and it says Activate Simple Mode. That's all you want to do. You want to click that and activate simple mode. Now, if you have a dashboard that looks like this when you first log in, then you're already in the simple mode of the dashboard, so you don't need to worry about it. But you'll see down the left side there, the very bottom, you can exit the simple mode and you can get back to the main dashboard. The simple mode is great because it is just that. It's simple. It doesn't have nearly as much information there that looks overwhelming and can look highly technical when you first get back there. But trust me, once you start working within it, it's very much like working within a Word document. So this is your simple mode dashboard, and you'll see the red arrows down the side. The very top left is the dashboard itself. The second one, New Post, that's what it's called. It's called a blog post. So you just click on that, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. And that's where you go in and you type in your information. And you can, work your way down all of those icons on the left there, all of the little clickable areas. But I also wanted to point out the profile. Let me start with so the first is dashboard, second is new post, third are all of your posts. So you can click on that and it'll give you kind of an itemized listing, and you can organize it however you want, but it's typically your most current one at the top and it moves its way down so you can look at all your blog posts in there. And then the very bottom one that I have highlighted there with the red arrow is your profile. And you want to go in and set up your profile pretty quickly. That's where you can upload a picture, a lot of different information that goes in there. So you definitely want to focus on that in simple mode. So that's a little bit of your simple mode dashboard. Now, if you click on new post, it's just going to open up a window that looks just like this. And really, it's a lot like working in a Word document. You'll see the top red arrow there. It says Add New Post, and that's where you type in whatever you want the title of that post to be. So I mentioned the one that I had done yesterday. I think it's Multiple Streams of Income Online. That was my title, Multiple Streams of Income Online. So that's what I put in that first box. That's right there under Add New Post. Now, the big white box below where it says text goes in this, big white area, that's just like working in a Word document. You'll see where it says play with icons and learn more. Those little icons, if you put your mouse over it, it'll give you a little drop down and it'll kind of tell you what you do, but you play around with that. The little blue button off to the left there, it's Add Media. That's where you can add pictures into your blog post and play around with this. Have some fun. First of all, you really can't break anything, especially in simple mode. The other thing is you can always delete any post that you put out there that you decide you don't like or it looks crazy or whatever. You can delete it. And the reality of it is when you first publish it, nobody's going to see it anyway. Nobody's going to see it but you unless you share it with someone, because it's so new out there that unless you've been advertising it or whatever, people aren't going to be following you yet. And so you can post it, you can publish it, and then you can go look at it, see what you like, play around with it, and that type thing. Now the arrows down the right side, you'll see where you can save a draft, and I recommend doing that. It does auto-save on its own, but save your draft regularly. The other blue button off there is where you can preview, so as you get it going, you can click the preview button. Now I will tell you there can be some quirky things about WordPress, and there always have been. This has nothing to do with PureLeverage. I've run into it for 4 years of using WordPress. There can be some quirky things, sometimes with YouTube videos, where when you click the preview mode, some things don't show up, but when you actually click publish, they do. And I just want to warn you about that. It's not you. It's not PureLeverage. It's not anything that you're doing. It's just something weird within the whole WordPress platform. And I figure I don't need to know exactly why. I just know that it happens, and then I can go ahead and publish it and take a look or whatever, and kind of see how things are. Because even once you publish it, that's the beauty of a blog post. It's not like a magazine or a newspaper where once it goes to press, it's out there and it's in final form. You can go in and update your blog post at any time, and it changes it immediately, in whatever way that you want it to. Now, another cool thing in there, you'll see that that red arrow down there, down the left below the preview button. You can pre-schedule your blog posts. So this is something that I do. I've talked to all of you before about setting your calendar up for success. This is something that I do. In fact, I have tomorrow's and Wednesday's blog posts already set. They're already done. They're in there, and tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. Pacific time, they will automatically publish, and I don't have to think about it. So I like to chunk my time up. I maybe block 2 hours on a weekday. I go in and get all my blog posts done for the week, and I set them up to go out at the time that I want them to. So just remember, that's over there under schedule. You edit the date, you edit the time, and then you either push publish. The little button will say publish if you're going to do it immediately, or it'll say schedule if you've gone in and changed that date. And then that's it. You don't need to worry about it. You know that it's out there. I love using that part of it, because even though we talk about blogging daily, that doesn't mean that you have to sit down every day. And in fact, I recommend blocking 2 hours sometime in your calendar, even if you go to Starbucks or get out of the house or whatever, where you go get these things done, and then you get that content out there. And then categories, that final red arrow down there to the side, you can actually separate your blog into categories. I'm not going to get into all of that. It comes pre-configured with a couple of categories. I know Terry will be getting into that with the training tutorials, but I just wanted to kind of point out some of the key things for you to be aware of that will help you kind of as you go along. Okay, at the bottom, this is on the same page, even under the simple mode. This is called the All-in-One SEO Packet, and this is what you do for search engine optimization. You'll see it below each of the below. So just pretend like this added on to the bottom of the page that we just saw. It's called All-in-One SEO Pack, and this gives you the ability to start learning and working on search engine optimization. Now, if that sounds scary, don't worry about it. I went for years of marketing online where I had 30 minutes a week with small toddlers. I had 30 minutes a week. Actually, they weren't. They were preschool and kindergarten. They wouldn't like hearing me say that. But anyway, they were small to me and still needed, constant mommy time. I had about 30 minutes a week where I could sit down and try to figure out what is this SEO thing. And that's what I would do is, and over time you'll educate yourself. If you go into the VIP training center, we're putting some information in there. In the Simple Money System training system, I'm doing a video on that kind of to give you the basics. I'm not an expert on SEO, but I have managed to get some of my blog posts and my website ranked pretty high over time, working on it and working to perfect it. But I will tell you that I've never spent a ton of time on it. I've always been more of the content marketer out in social media and spent a little bit of time focusing on that. So I just wanted to draw your attention to it. It's something that will be worth your time to at least play with each time you do a blog post. But again, just like your blog post, you can go back anytime you want and you can change what's in there and work to enhance it, get better at it as you learn more. So again, none of this, that's the beauty of a blog. None of it's, forever. You can update things, change things out all the time. And as you get better, you'll definitely want to do that. Okay, moving on through, this is what it looks like. This is the PureLeverage blog. Now you have an option in there of themes, and I'm not going to get into how to set that up, but it's pre-configured and defaulted to the PureLeverage theme. But you can also create there's a generic theme in there that has a header. It's pretty plain, but it's out there. Over time, if that's what you want to do, you can find someone through Fiverr. You can find someone to create a header for you, maybe that has your photos, has exactly what you want. And it's a little more detailed if you're going to create a generic blog. It just is. I mean, that's the reality of it. There's no way that PureLeverage could know everything that everybody wants to do within a business model that they're working on. But this is basically what the default model or blog template looks like. And there you can see I've uploaded my picture, a little bit about me, and then you'll see where that multiple streams of income online business, that was my title for my blog post. And there it is. I put a picture in there. Pictures are engaging. People do like pictures. They do paint 1,000 words. So that's just a little bit about the front side of the blog that I went into the back office just like I showed you, created it, put in all my stuff, and then boom, hit publish, and it published. Okay, so let's talk about the 90-day blogging challenge then. I want to talk to you about the importance of content collection before you start marketing. Now, I know that we talk about blogging daily, and for some of you, you may be thinking that sounds crazy. Hopefully, I've made a little more sense about how that looks if you look at blocking out your calendar and chunking out time to do that, like I do. I did 4 blog posts yesterday, and then I'm gonna get caught up. I always like to be at least a week ahead of time so that I don't have to worry about it if life gets in the way and I get busy. It's out there and it's going. So you don't have to sit down every day and do something. You want to block off that time. The importance of creating a good bit of content on there before you start really marketing it is you want to have a full space that people can come back to. You don't want to put just one blog post out there and then start driving traffic back to your blog. And the biggest reason is because you kind of look like a rookie. And especially if you're driving people who don't know you. If you're driving people back there and saying, hey, this is, this new tool I'm working with, I'm excited about how it's going to expand my online presence, that's a little different. But if you're going out on LinkedIn or in Facebook groups and you're creating generic content and you're posting it out there, which I'm not going to get too much into marketing it tonight. We'll do that in some other trainings. We'll do that in a lot of other trainings that we're putting together. But when you bring them back, you want there to be more content because people will go to more than just one page. So you want to make sure that you have pages in there. So the whole goal of the 90-day blogging challenge and the idea behind blogging daily is to get you into a habit, get a good bit of content out there and created to start with, and then from there, we'll see where that goes. Once you have a good bit of content, for instance, 90 blog posts, you can always be remarketing what's out there. And as you do this, it begins to brand your message, and people begin to get a sense of who you are. So I want to really encourage you, if your blog is live now or when it becomes live, take the 90-day blogging challenge. If you're part of the team in the Simple Money system, we're creating a daily assignment, and every day on our Facebook group, we're asking you to post your blog post. And you know what? If we really work together as a good tribe of team partners and we go over and we comment and share on other people's blog posts, which we'll be talking more about that too, that's going to raise everybody up, and it's going to really go a long way toward enhancing what we have, enhancing the idea of being part of our team, and it's going to drive traffic back to your blog posts just like everybody else's. So we'll be training more on that too, but that can be very powerful. And then as you blog, you can use that content. We talk about emailing your list, and I'm working right now on the training in the Simple Money System back office. And whenever you watch this, you may find that it's already back there. But on marketing to your list, how to create good content, how to get your emails opened and read, and your blog content goes a long way toward giving you ideas of what you can market to people in those emails that you send to people. So I really want to encourage you to take the 90-day blogging challenge and lay out a game plan for yourself. So I mentioned creating content. That's a big part of it. This is just a look at my blog, but what I wanted to show you most specifically on this is the fact that if you'll see there are 3 red arrows on there. Not the 3 arrows that are the lead capture form right above my picture, but the one that's on multiple streams of income. You'll see where I posted that on July 28th. Then making money online, what stops most people. That's actually your default post. I did create one default post for everybody on their blog, so when you log in, you have one that's already set. You can reword that, you can change it, put it into your own words, whatever you want. If you notice, I went in and retitled mine and changed around some of the words in the content so that it's a little bit different. But then you'll see that red arrow that points over to the left right above my picture. Those are 4 blog posts under recent posts that show up there. So now when people are reading, they'll see that there's more content on there that they can read about. And again, it just kind of you want to create yourself as an expert, if you will. I don't like to use that word too heavily and freak people out, but the go-to person for what you're doing, and having that content in there where people can go, oh, let me see what they have to say about this topic. What are they saying about this topic, and so on. That's where it really begins to happen, and you do begin to become an expert, and people feel confident, and they begin to feel like they know you. They begin to feel like they like you, and they begin to feel like they trust you. And you will hear that over and over again, that it's such a key piece of what we do. So that's a big part of the creating content. I have no idea why I have this slide in here twice, but I guess I just wanted to drive home the point that you definitely want to begin creating content, take that 90-day challenge, and then you're going to have lots of content. So when you begin marketing it out online and drive people back, they're going to see a lot of good content there for you, and then that gives you content that you can constantly be re-promoting out on the social sites as you're marketing and to your email list. And again, we'll have more training on that. I can't fit it all into one program, but that's basically it. So marketing content, again, if you go to the Simple Money System Training Center, which we're going to talk about in a minute, you'll find more on creating content, blogging daily, what to blog about, those type things. The VIP area at PureLeverage has more information on that, and then we'll be doing ongoing webinars. So begin to lay out your simple strategy of what you want to do in terms of creating that content, and then I'm going to get into Simple Money System here, and we'll talk about our daily content, our daily done-for-you content and assignment for you, so that it makes it simple. If you're struggling and you have writer's block or you don't know what to write about, we have it there. So let's talk about the Simple Money System. It's free to our team, and it's something that Joel put together. He did such a great job. He put that together for all of us, and it is important to note that it's free to our team. So you want to go create your system. It's basically lead capture, and then it does a lot of video sales. It has a whole video sales series, and that's proven conversion. Now this is for anybody who wants to market PureLeverage or even the tools, because the goal is to get them into PureLeverage as a customer. I mean, most of you are here because you're a reseller, and so you want to refer other people to this. So it's going to promote PureLeverage, but then from there, a person can promote any business that they want to. Then it has a back office training center, and then we have the daily assignments. So we're going to go through those particular items right here. So this is the very first part of it. It has a lead capture form, and I think we have 4 right now. One of them is a work-at-home moms one, which I'm really excited to promote out there. But there are 4 different lead captures. I just took a picture of one. You'll see them in the back office of there. But you've probably seen these all over the place on the internet. It's simple, it's engaging, and it's curiosity provoking, and it's what people want to opt into. Now, I will tell you that this is what I'm using now. I'm not using my PureLeverage opt-in pages at all. I've converted everything over to Simple Money System because I like the way the funnel works. I think it does a better job of explaining, educating, letting people know that this is something they can do. So it starts with the lead capture. That's what I put out on Facebook. If you want to, beta test it, here it is. I sent them to this form. They opted in. And then from there, it takes them to our video page. And our video page looks kind of like this. I had to chop off the top of it just a little bit, but it walks them through about a 20-something minute video, I think, that explains who we are, what we do, why what we do works, and how they can make money online. Then they can create, they can create their account right then and there for free. They can create the Simple Money System account, not PureLeverage. I hope it's not getting too confusing, but they can create that, and boom, now it's going to take them through a whole nother sales process of educating them on why they want to go ahead and upgrade into PureLeverage and become part of the system. Hopefully all of you have done this. If you haven't yet, get with your sponsor or whoever referred you here, or if you're watching this video later, there will be a link below that you can click on, and you can opt right into that and learn more about how this whole thing works. So you want to make sure that you get in there, get your account set up, and then follow the steps to fully activate it. Now this is the back office area of Simple Money System. So this is what we have. It starts with an intro, how to get started, and you'll see down the left side it walks you all the way through plugging into the tools, making money, making more money, getting your autoresponders set up so that when they opt in to the Simple Money system, it tags them right into your PureLeverage autoresponders and begins dripping information on them automatically. Okay, so you definitely want to follow these steps all the way through, one right after another, all the way through step 5, so you know exactly what to do. So that's the home page of the Simple Money system back office. Then we have the Marketing Center. Marketing Center has a video, but you'll see right below the video is your default link. That's the link that you send people to learn more, to opt in. It takes them right to that lead capture page that I showed you. Okay, now I know it looks long and it's got a bunch of numbers and letters and it can look confusing. If you want, you can go register a simple domain over at GoDaddy and you can redirect it. So it could be something like Jackie's Simple Money System or whatever. That's a little long, but you get the point. Or it could be, you know, Make Money Online. Believe me, that one's long gone. You'll never find that one. But, you know, something short and catchy that you can come up with, and then you just set it up in GoDaddy or whoever you use to redirect. I won't get into the details of how to do that tonight, but it's simple. You can go to Google and type in, how do I create a redirect with GoDaddy, and it'll tell you how to do it, or YouTube or anything like that. And then you can, that's the link that you give people. You'll see that other red arrow up to the top under the intro. It's the promotional links. You will see that it has, if you click on that, it will expand and it will show you all the different lead capture pages that we have, including the Work at Home Mom one. So that's the Marketing Center. Then we have the Training Center. Now, the most important things about the Training Center is you want to go through all of the Get Plugged In and then the Simple 7 training modules. And right now they're not all in there, but they'll be coming. And again, depending on when you listen to this, they may be added in there. But you want to start going through those, start educating yourself, and then you'll see the 4 icons at the bottom are our daily action assignment. That's where you can find done-for-you blog posts, videos, all different things that you can actually use on your blog. You'll see our Facebook group. You want to definitely get signed up in there because a lot of the good information comes there. Get your ticket for the next event. You know, our next event as of this recording is in September in Las Vegas, but you can click that and it will always be up to date with the most current event, and events are what build dreams, belief, and businesses. So I hope that you're planning to attend the first ever PureLeverage event, September 25th, 6th, and 7th in Las Vegas. And then the 4th one over is just a login to your PureLeverage website. So that's a little of the training system. This is actually the daily action assignment. So if you click on that, you'll see, you know, the done for you blog post. You'll see a quick little training video up there to the right. You'll see archives. So depending on when you get started, you can go back and find other blog posts and ideas, you know, from days gone by and that type thing. And then when you actually click in to each daily assignment, there's, you know, information there starting with the Simple 7. This is what we do to build our business. If you're wondering to yourself, what do I do on a daily basis to build my business? It's the Simple 7. That's what you do. And so you can get in there, scroll down, and you'll find all the content, all the information in there that you need to build your business and be successful. So that is a little bit of what we've covered on tonight's webinar. We'll open it up for questions. We talked about getting started, how it works, how you work it. We talked about how to share it with others and make money. Gave you the blog overview, and hopefully now you'll feel comfortable going in and tapping on that dashboard and getting into yours. I really want to stress the 90-day blogging challenge. Get over on our Facebook group over there and get into that 90-day challenge and share your blog post from today up there, and let's work together. And we'll be training more on this, but let's work together to make sure that we're creating comments and going over to other people's blogs and liking them and that type thing. You wouldn't believe what kind of synergy that shares. And you know, sometimes people think, well, why would I want to, you know, promote somebody else's PureLeverage blog or something like that? Believe me, when we all work together, it raises up the whole team. And I promise you, what you give out comes back tenfold. I've always believed that, and it's really true. And then we covered the Simple Money system. So I'm going to open it up for questions now, re-enable the text chat. So hopefully the text chat is open. If you can type a Y in there and let me know that then I can see that it's open, but I think it should be open for anybody. Hoping that it is so you can ask questions. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right. Lynn, awesome. So excited about Simple Money System. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback. What if you already blog and have a website? Well, there's a couple things to keep in mind. I already have a blog. I have a couple of blogs. I'm not getting rid of them, but what I am going to do is cross-link back between them. So, you know, it could be that it's not right for you, or it could be that you want to use the power of an authority blog, which is an authority blog is a site that Google looks at and thinks, wow, there's a lot of activity, because we're all blogging basically on the PureLeverage.com format, and then, you know, you have your own space within that. So it can really go a long way to getting you up there in the search engines, getting things ranked even more. So a lot of it just depends on what your strategy is. You know, it really depends on what your strategy is for that. And so maybe it'll be right for you, maybe it won't. For me, I'm definitely going to use it. And, you know, one of my goals is to build a huge global international business. So I like the ability to be able to blog on this platform in a generic way, but also use it to create definite calls to action for people to get involved in PureLeverage, because my primary company is not in, you know, every country out there. So it just kind of depends on you and what your goals are. So you'll just have to look at it and evaluate for yourself if it's right for you. Thank you, Joel. Appreciate that. Let me know if you want to hop on and say any comments. Where do you get your photos and art from? That's a great question. Don't just go out on Google and grab them. Most of them out there are copyrighted. What I've started to do, honestly, is take a lot of my own photos. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a little tip. One thing that I do is I use my iPhone for almost all my pictures. Everywhere I go, if I see motivational quotes, if I see posters in Target, or I'm in Cost Plus World Market, or anything where I see cute little motivational quotes, or I go in Barnes and Noble and find books, I take pictures of these all the time. Now these are pictures that I own myself and I can use. I do a lot of lifestyle pictures, and then Shutterstock.com has one free weekly, actually it's two free weekly pictures a week that you can go. So you want to set a reminder every week to go in there and look and see what the new ones are, and I just download them and save them. And then I actually have an account there, but it's gotten really expensive to buy photos. So you just have to get creative, but I try to take as many of my own as I can. There are some free sharing sites out there, so you just want to look at, just type in free photos, and you'll have to play around. You'll have to read some of the legal mumbo jumbo, but that's kind of where I've gotten mine. Dana, I don't know about comments enabled on our blog. Tomorrow night, we've got our Q&A. Tuesday nights, we have our Q&A call. Definitely be on that and ask about that. Ways to generate traffic. I can't do that on this particular webinar. I will be having a webinar, and I'm actually doing the recording tomorrow for the Simple Money System back office. It's a little too lengthy to go into tonight, but I appreciate your question and definitely do want to share more about that. Where does the blog get published? It gets published out in the universe, out in cyberspace. So when you go to Google and you type in, you know, specific keywords, it goes out there. So you can either send people directly to your blog, or you can allow Google to, you know, index it and ultimately hope people find it through the search engine optimization. But I've always created it, and then I post it out in social marketing areas as well. Yeah, it is very exciting, Brent. You're absolutely right. And yes, Joel, we have some great resources. Oh, we do for free images. Oh, good. Cool. Okay. Yeah, to the rescue. That was what I was hoping. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to get rid of any blog. I mean, I've never taken down a website that's up there, and if it's ranked at all, I don't think at all. Do I think it could be good even in French? Have an autoresponder. Well, you would have to convert those, Ghislaine. I mean, I know that's an issue, but I mean, we have people on the team in Belgium. We have people, I have Zimbabwe. I mean, I have people, truly, I'm in my own business with PureLeverage is in about 20 countries right now, and, you know, not all English speaking. So they've just had to convert those themselves, which can be done. Yeah, I mean, it definitely can be done. And I know, I mean, I feel for anybody who is English is not their primary language. I don't even speak a second language. So, you know, I know that the burden always lies on you to do that, but absolutely. So, okay, Joel, I will do that. I didn't see you. Oh, there you are. Okay. There we go. Okay, you're coming up. No, I can't make videos in French. I wish I could. You could do them in French. But there's no way. Here's the other thing too. If I do them in French, then somebody's going to want them in Spanish. And I don't speak any of those languages, so I don't have any idea how I would even do that. Maybe you have a suggestion for that, but I don't know. So there you go. Okay, so simple money system autoresponders instead of PureLeverage. Can you do that with the purchase leads? Okay, Joel, by purchase leads, are you talking about the lead co-op that PureLeverage just announced?
I'll tell you something really
I don't think so. Those are going to be driven to PureLeverage, right, Joel?
And that's one of his specialty is a lot of traffic, a lot of co-ops, and so we will be putting some co-ops together for Simple Money System. They will not be ready today. They're not going to be ready tomorrow, probably even a few weeks, because what we have to do is we have to prove that a certain traffic funnel converts on these types of traffic. Before we have anyone spend any advertising dollars on a co-op, we have to prove that it works first. And then when it works, we open it up to everyone and let everyone participate in the co-op. So, however, there are a lot of other resources you can buy traffic out there for those of you that want to buy traffic. So you don't have to wait for co-ops. You can do other types of, if you're into buying traffic, there's a lot of other resources.
Yeah, good question. Okay, and some people shared some photo sites there along the line too. And Galani, I think that's awesome. You could definitely do it in French, and you have that beautiful French-speaking voice that I just love listening to, so I would watch every one of your videos just to listen. So that would be great. Okay, Neil, 40,000. I'm not sure what that means. Are you talking about the 400,000 co-op, maybe? But yeah, I think Joel answered that, so hopefully that got it for you. Any other questions? Oh, you know what? I forgot to show this slide. What I really wanted to close with, and this is my blog post for tomorrow. No, this is the 31st. See, you can actually see up there I have July 31st. So this is actually already pre-configured. It's not live yet, but I just went in and previewed it and created a screenshot of it so you can pre-do your stuff. But my whole thing is create an online business that you love. That's one of the best things for me, and that's what all these tools and the Simple Money System, what all those things have done. I truly have a business that I love, and it makes me so happy. And it's so funny because sometimes people say, well, how many hours a week do you work? I don't know. I work a lot, I will tell you, but it doesn't feel like work because I'm doing all these things that I love. And I love blogging, and I'm not into TV, so I could sit and blog instead of watch TV or do different things like that. So I really want to encourage you to, whatever you're doing, figure out what your ideal business is, what it looks like, and create that perfect business for you. So now there's my question slide. Got ahead of myself. Okay. No, I don't, Brent, I don't think that you have to have 90 full days before you start marketing. What I would really encourage you to do, though, is get 10 blog posts in there before you market too much, only because, again, you want it to be filled in, and you want people to have more places to go. And one of the things that I've been working with people on, anybody who has signed up before the blog launched, I've been telling people, create content. Every day, create a piece of content so that you can go in and do that. And the other thing to keep in mind, you're not writing a novel. It could be a 300-word blog post, or it could be a video that you capture off of YouTube. Maybe it's a Tony Robbins video, and you can find the embed code, you can put it there, and then you can put a couple of comments about, what it was about it that impacted you and how that's helped you in your business or different things like that. And then, of course, with our, done-for-you content, you can use a lot of, you'll be able to use a lot of that. And we're just getting started, and, we're going to try to do daily. I'm just giving a little disclaimer here. We're going to do our best to do daily. There may be a few times. And as the team grows and people get more up to speed with, adding content as well, that's a possibility too. But yeah, so you can market the business without, putting your blog out there until you get a little bit of content. You just want to have a little bit so you don't have just one little lonely post, if that makes any sense. But yeah, the marketing side of it, yeah, I understand you want to make money fast. So you can share PureLeverage and the tools, and that's really the way to make money the fastest, is to kind of use what I talked about in terms of who do you know that, you could ask. Have you ever researched making money online? Have you ever thought about that? I've found something that's pretty cool and it's making some money. I don't know if you'd have an interest in it or not, but if I sent a link to you, would you take a look at it? kind of a thing. So there you go. Okay. Okay, Heather, with the SMS lead capture, where the leads end up, if you go through all the way through the system and you set up your Simple Money System account, and then you get back to, let me find it here on the slides. I'm going to show you. It's the very first page. Yeah, right here. So when you land on the home page, it's going to, you're going to walk right through that. Step 1, plug in the tools. Step 2, make money. Right there under step 4 is the simple settings, and that's where you're going to go into, and it literally, the video walks you right through it, and watch it all the way through, because I have to confess, Joel sent me the video because I was like, I don't have mine set up. He sent it to me, and I only watched part of it, and I immediately called and said, mine doesn't look like that. And he said, well, if you'd have just watched 2 more minutes of the video, it would have explained what to do. So anyway, so watch it all the way through once before you start asking questions. But it'll walk you through exactly how to go over to PureLeverage, the campaign code and everything, how to set up your username and your real name and your information in the PureLeverage autoresponder, and then boom, it'll duplicate those messages right into the system. And then when you send leads to your lead capture page, it goes into your PureLeverage autoresponder, but it goes in a little different place than what you've seen. It goes into the autoresponder section, not the lead capture. But if you watch the video, it'll make perfect sense to you. But that's a good question. Very good question. You can upload videos of your, I'm assuming you mean to your blog. Yeah, you can blog about anything you want. You can blog about your primary company. You can absolutely blog about anything that you want to. So you can put a video of any type that you want on your blog. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the group name for the 90-day challenge. It's not the 90-day challenge, but it's in our Simple Money System right there. You'll see the slide on the screen, and that second one, join our Facebook group. If you go into Simple Money System and you click right on there, it'll take you into that Facebook group, and that's where we're.
Oh, Jackie must have clicked a button. I bet she'll be right back on with us. If you guys have any other questions, so I'm more than happy to answer some specific questions. And Jackie will be back on here in just a second. Thanks everyone for being here. I was asking. Hey, there we go. Hello, hello. Well, Dana, I'm tickled pink that you're in the group too. Thank you. We've got a lot of great things planned. And while Jackie's coming back on, I'm more than happy to answer some questions. Let's see, and in our Facebook group, we have a question and answer thread where you can ask questions if you're having any issues at all with your site or some specific questions. You can go through there and we'll be happy to help you with that. And Mo, you says, I can't import the Simple Money System campaign code, says incorrect share code. Make sure you're putting that code in the second part. We've done it lots of times, so we know it does. Hey guys, looks like Jackie's having fun clicking the buttons there. Love it. Hey, if you have any questions with that share code, just post in the Facebook group. That would be the best thing, and we can help you with that. Get that going, Mo. Well, sounds good, guys. Sounds like we might be having a few technical issues here with Jackie's mic, or my mic. Maybe it's me. So no problem there. Like I said, a lot of things in the Facebook group. Marie, I think I can answer this question. Yeah, we do a lot of the communication right through the Facebook group. So 90-day challenges, different types of things, all in the Facebook group. That's where we're keeping everything. We have our own Simple Money System Facebook group. So that's where we'll do that kind of stuff. So I'm sure Jackie can hear me here. Someone said, Lynn says, Jackie looks so cute frozen. At least she's smiling. Great. Oh, she can hear. Uh-oh, we're in big trouble. Well, sounds good, guys. Hey, tell you what, Jackie, I'm going to. Oh, Neil, let me answer this question for Neil. Why did you set up Simple Money System? I'm just going to answer that really quick. I've been an internet marketer for 10 years now, and I've done several opportunities over the years. I've taught thousands of students, and I've found three big things that people find when they look at any kind of business, whether it's an internet marketing business, network marketing business. They always ask these three questions. They ask, is the opportunity real? Is there any money in it? And can I do it? And the last part is usually the biggest part. Can I do it? Well, the Simple Money system, and so usually what people want to know is, what do I do exactly? How do I make it work? What's the system? See, the true power to any company that really takes off and explodes is the system. You got to have a system that works, makes money for you, and the third thing is duplicates. And that's exactly what the Simple Money system is. It does the selling for you. So all your goal is to get eyeballs on that presentation, get eyeballs onto that Simple Money system presentation, and it walks people through the whole process. And you don't have to be the salesman. You just it just answers the questions, and it walks people through a whole thing. It leads people into our team site here where we have our mentoring and training. In my opinion, it is the perfect system out there. That's why we built it, Neil, because people are needing this. They need a system. They need something that will actually work and actually make money for them and give them the time and the freedom that they want. And that's why we built Simple Money System. And let me tell you what, we have worked super hard on this. I mean, this is an ultimate system. We're really proud of it. We're really proud to build a team, and we're going big places with this system. Okay, Neil, so that was a long answer to a short question. And Lynn, you rock. Lynn is actually, we're having a fun time with Lynn. Lynn's taken hold of this system, and she's already out there promoting it and doing some awesome things. And we actually have just started, we just kind of opened this up in beta, and we already have some great successes already, everybody. So, great. Well, alrighty. Tell you what, I'm going to drop off. I've got some kids that just said, Dad, come to dinner. And I always put family in front of everything, so it's dinner time for me. But looking forward to interacting with a lot of you guys and gals that decide to get going with this. And if you do, say hi in the Facebook group. We're going to have a lot of fun together. And if you come out to the event in Vegas, it's going to be a lot of fun hanging out. We're going to do some special things with our team out there. So great, guys. I'm going to drop off, and hopefully Jackie will still be on there if you have any additional questions. Thanks, guys. See you in the system.
Okay, trying again. I'm back, unfrozen, I hope. So hopefully I'm here. Can you hear me? Yes, okay, very good. Yeah, just one of the questions, and Joel may have addressed it while I was bleeping around trying to figure things out. Somebody had said that the access code, the account code wasn't working in PureLeverage, and it is. I'm guessing that you either have a space on the front or a space on the end, because I used it yesterday. It's the same code for everybody, and it definitely does work. So just try that. Sometimes, you know, when you copy and paste something, if you go too far to one side, it gives an extra space, and I think in the PureLeverage autoresponder, it's very picky. You want to make sure that that code has no extra spacing in it. So definitely give that a try. Yes, I've thought it's a good thing. Good. Okay, so yeah, hopefully that answered you know, a good number of your questions. You're ready to get out there. If you have not set up your Simple Money system, go to your sponsor, get their link. It's a free system, but it just helps keep things in order through PureLeverage and everything else, because we are going to be able to tap into that the PureLeverage system and do some different things with it. So you definitely want to set it up through your sponsor's link just to kind of keep all that intact, and then you want to pass your link on down to your team as well. So that's kind of how that works. So with that, we'll close out. I just want to remind you to get on Terry Anglin's Q&A call tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. You'll get an email about it. But he's really more of the techie guy on the blog. And I know they're working on that. He's working on the videos, but definitely just keep creating that content. And really, you know, you can go in there and preload your content now. You know, we've got a few bugs that are in there, but you can preload it now and get it ready, get it set up, and then you can always go back in and make any little adjustments that you need to, and that type thing. And I'm going to be doing some more webinars really on the marketing side of it. That's truly how I've built, you know, the biggest part of my business is through the marketing aspect of the content on the blog. And I'm going to share with you how to do that, share with you how to store it, so that you have blog posts that you can quickly go back in. I still promote blog posts from 4 years ago. So as long as your content is evergreen, you can always be out marketing that, and it'll work for you over and over again. So anyway, that is it. Thank you all for being here tonight. Have an awesome evening, and I will see you soon. I'll definitely see you on Terry's call tomorrow night. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.